Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Corbin Russwin 679F818 emergency release tool for the CL3320 cylindrical lock set. This is going to be for that particular function, which is going to be a privacy. The CL3320 is a grade 1 lever. The 20 does mean privacy, and that's where you're going to need the ability to potentially be able to get in. If there's someone inside the room, generally a bathroom or a bedroom, and you're unable to get in, this emergency tool will allow that. And it is not uncommon for hospitals and schools to have these available because they, are going to need access while providing privacy on a door in case there's an emergency. So this is what the emergency tool looks like. Let's just take some basic dimensional properties. About 3 7/16 overall length. The thickness of the blade, 0.083. The width of the blade, 0.23. 0.023, 0.083. Okay. The length of the blade itself underneath the head, about 3 inch. Not much to say about an emergency tool, so let's switch to the screen view now and let's look at the supporting documentation and some fun facts about Corbin Russwin. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now let's get back to it. Okay, here's the emergency release tool for the 3320. Scrolling down in our extended description, extra heavy-duty lock sets, emergency release tool. Let's look at, we'll look at all three of them. Here's the product brochure for the CL3320. You'll see right away that this is their grade 1 cylindrical lock. Very common to see this in schools. The 20 is our privacy bedroom or bathroom function. The description of the function is here. And basically in the exterior, they even note the emergency key there. In the exterior, you'll have a slot, and that's the right length to be able to get through the lock into the retracting hub so that you can basically bypass the pushed-in knob, is what that's really going to do. Bypass the knob, which will then allow you to rotate the exterior trim to retract the latch bolt. So this product catalog is here, very handy. We'll show you all of the other functions of this grade 1 cylindrical lock. Give you all the other details, strike options, finishes, latch bolts, accessories, and options that are available on the lock itself. Obviously, we're looking at an electrified version of this. Probably going to have a request to exit function here somewhere as well. A specification would be in here. Any other things that you need to know regarding it. There's also then a link to the parts manual. This is very handy. If you are looking for emergency release tools, you might at some point need other parts for these locks as well. Obviously, if you're maintaining a school, it's very likely you'll need other parts. Trim is very common. These chassis are not uncommon either. You don't have to buy the entire lock. You can buy only the chassis itself if everything's okay. And this document is there provided for your ability to determine the parts that you need, get that part number, and then populate that back into the website and continue on. If you have a facility full of the CL3300, this document is probably something you'll want to bookmark in my opinion. Let's take a look at the mechanical drawing. Yeah, okay, so this is a one-page, this is a parts drawing really, just out of the entire parts manual. It's just that one page of those parts. Now, there's a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page. And before we take a look at the manufacturer's page, let's look at some photographs that we have of the key. Not much to see there, just showing you what it looks like. Now, that manufacturer's page. Assuming you have an installation of Corbin Russwin hardware on your project, your property, this page is probably pretty important. It will allow you to review not only all the Corbin Russwin products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog and several dozen encyclopedic documents that are here. Encyclopedic documents such as templates, instructions, catalogs, wiring diagrams, parts manual, okay, and other, you get the concept, other items as well. The most important document on here, if you deal with keying at all when it comes to Corbin Russwin, is going to be the Corbin Russwin cylinder manual. This is the absolute final word when it comes to the governing documents of Corbin, PF Corbin, Russell and Irwin, Corbin Russwin, of their keying platforms as it has existed for well over 100 years, well over 100. Things like Pyramid and the most recent derivatives of the high security cylinder construction is not in here. You know, them being a sister company to Medico, Corbin Russwin that is, you will certainly see their modern material look a lot like Medico. But if you're a facility that was built at any time in the 20th century, and you've got Corbin or Russell and Irwin or whatever you have, keys, locks, cylinders, master ring, this document, you can't happily exist within the Corbin Russwin universe without this document. I can go on at length and discuss why that is the case. I will leave you to discover that, and if you have any questions about this document, this manual that I've gone through, I've consulted it countless times, please feel free to reach out. Last thing I'll point out here, as I pointed out the product catalog, well, for fun, we have some other product catalogs. They happen to be 140 years old, the oldest one here, so if you wanted to see what P&F Corbin was making in the late 19th century, you're going to be able to find those catalogs there. Just a really fun documents to be able to look at. There is also, because Russell and Irwin is where Russwin came from, and I think I have some archival catalogs there too, yeah, sure. So if you want to see what Russell and Irwin was making, there are their catalogs as well. Russwin came from Russwin. Anyway, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, and while this is just an emergency key, hopefully the rest of the video was of some help. Little hole there, I'm sure someone has asked to be able to put that onto a key ring. You'll certainly find this on the telescoping chain key retractor on some building engineer's belt, that's to be absolutely sure. This client bought 20 of them because obviously other staff will need them, teachers, administrative staff, things of that nature. And a way to get in is really nice. I was maybe 5 years old, and my great-grandmother, Granny is what we called her, my mother's mother's mom, she got locked in the bathroom, couldn't get out. And luckily, that part of my family, they're all carpenters. They're all tradesmen, electricians, carpenters, a butcher. This home built in Norridge, Illinois in the 19-teens, okay? Strange, the bathroom door swung out. They were able to quickly pop the pins out and pull the door off so Granny could get out. The problem with that, and this emergency tool would not have solved that problem, but if you ever study a lock and you rotate the trim, you'll notice that latch bolt doesn't come back in all the way. It does stick out a little bit. If you combine that with an extremely tight margin between the edge of the door and the jamb, you can turn that all the way, and the latch bolt is still not cleared of the hole in the strike plate. And that's exactly what the problem was. They couldn't turn the trim far enough, or realize that you could swag the hinges over a little bit, bend the hinge leaves to clear that up, depending on the margin on the hinge jamb. They could have planed the door down to fix that sort of situation, remortise the latch and move that over a little bit. You could have ground the face of the latch bolt a little bit as well to solve all that. The point is, being able to get someone out of a trap scenario is what this tool does, and it's a simple thing, but it can be frightening for all involved, especially if there's a life safety event. Imagine if that was combined with a fire. That's not good. So tools, necessary, little pieces of stamped steel. Any questions on this or any other Corbin Russwin product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.